This is a Soul Hit production.
You have now tuned into Insight Sundays, the show that brings you relevant news, youth and political topics with a new direction and focus for our communities. Log in with Facebook and get connected. Here's your host, Adrian Mickens.
What's going on, Indianapolis, and welcome to another edition of Insight Sundays right here on AM 1310 The Light and Facebook Live. As always, we have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, which are Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference or ICLC, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, New Vision Lighthouse Ministries, Hair Artistry Indy, Inner Beauty Program Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, Lighthouse Academy Charter School South and East Campus, Beach Grove Bible Church, Sam Ash Music Store, and remember, vote for William Benjamin for Sheriff of 2018. Again, vote William Benjamin for Sheriff of 2018. Stay connected with Insight Sundays on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and of course, download our very own mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store titled Insight Sundays. Again, download the mobile app on the App Store or Google Play Store titled Insight Sundays. As always, Indianapolis, we have another spectacular show for you guys today. This week, we will be interviewing Sam Ash Music Store, the music conglomerate here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll be interviewing Jamie Jackson, the general manager, to get a little bit of insight about the music industry. Let's check it out.
What's going on, Indianapolis? Once again, this is Adrian Mickens, host of Insight Sundays. Right now, I am here in Sam Ash Music Store with the general manager, Jamie Jackson. Sam Ash Music Store has been a top musical pillar here, not only in Indianapolis, but the state of Indiana as a whole. They're the only one in Indiana. So they're kind of the mecca here with the music and the instruments and everything that goes on. Kind of is the one-stop shop, my opinion, right here at Sam Ash Music Store. What's going on, Jamie?
What's up, Adrian? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just want to kind of vibe with you a little bit and talk about things that's going on here at Sam Ash Music Store, the history of Sam Ash Music Store, and where you see the future vision going for Sam Ash Music Store. I know you've been the GM for how many years now? 7 years now. 7 years now you've been the GM here at Sam Ash Music Store. So you've definitely seen a lot of changes.
I have.
And changes within the industry too as well. So let's just start off. What is the rich history with Sam Ash Music Store? I know the owner is Sam Ash, obviously, and his wife started this company back in 1924.
That's
so
correct.
Can you elaborate to the public a little bit about the rich history of Sam Ash Music Store?
Yeah, man. As Adrian said, we started in 1924 in a little shop in Brooklyn. Now we have 46 stores in over 20 states.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple of distribution centers throughout the country so that we make it easy to be able to ship all over for our customers at no cost. And we employ almost 3,000 people. So our company has grown from a loving mom and pop shop into one of the nation's leading retailers in music instruments.
Yeah, I mean, even with the stories that I read, even Sam Ash and his wife, I mean, they pawned his wife's wedding ring.
Yeah.
To be able to open up this store, for me, myself as an entrepreneur, that speaks volume in regards to, I never had an ambition to open up a store, but I love production. And I know what it took at that time to be able to save up a lot of money for the productionary stuff that you needed. And, that story definitely speaks volume. And, his children was able to live from that, down the line.
Absolutely.
Have you ever got a chance to meet or talk with the second generation Ashes?
I did. Paul Ash passed away in 2014.
You know that?
Actually, he was a great guy to be able to call. He was a great resource. Whenever there was a customer complaint or issue, Paul was the one that usually dealt with it, and he would give us a call and be like, "This is Paul. I've got to ask you a question about this." And he always wanted to listen to both sides. He always wanted to make sure that we took care of the customer. And his brother Jerry recently retired. I don't know if he's unofficially, retired still or whatnot, because I know he still goes into our home office every now and then to check on things. So we do have the third and fourth generation of Ash family running the show. And if you call our home office, it's really cool. You can talk to an Ash. So we're not some faceless, nameless corporation. We don't even like to call our home office corporate. We call it home office. So I mean, there's a great distinguishment between that, because you're talking to the people, and most of the people in our home office are formerly from stores and worked their way up through the company. Every one of the Ashes have worked in stores and worked their way up through it, and it's a great rich history. And real quickly, Rose did get her ring back. They did buy it back later on. So so it's not just gone forever in the lores of pawn shop history, but no, they did eventually get her ring back.
So have you gotten an opportunity to go out to any of the Brooklyn stores? For those of you who do not know, Sam Ash was originated in Brooklyn. Have you got a chance to visit any of those locations?
I have not, but I have seen several pictures over the years. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful stores, and I highly recommend checking them out, especially our flagship Crown Jewel store in Manhattan. Yeah,
I've seen that they had redid that one. It looks really nice in there.
Oh, and the gear they have in there is phenomenal. They have some of the most amazing gear on the planet as far as instruments and recording equipment. It's top notch.
Right. So, let me ask you this question too as well. I know that from day one, Sam Ash's philosophy was to have a family oriented place, much like what you just stated, but not just for the employees, but also for the customers. From what I've seen and from what I've read, he didn't consider the customers. He considered them family too as well, like an extended family. Much like I've been extended to as well for a lot of the work that me and you have done over the years. And I get that real sense and vibe about that with Sam Ash Music Store. How important is that for you guys to always reach out to the community base of the actual, I would say, people who have a passion for their music, and you guys can tell? How is it reaching out to the community in that way?
Well, it's vital. Our whole vibe and culture is music and music instruments, but you got to think about it even deeper than that. We live and work and breathe in these music communities that we're a part of. So it's not like we're just some company that comes in and sucks all the money out of that community. We come in and we assimilate ourselves in to the community, and we work with the community. We try to stir up events, because we don't consider ourselves just a music store. We're a music center. So we have several events in our store that we host, from vendors, from our club nights to our bands and our students when we have recitals. So anything music related within our communities, we really try to reach out and be a part of.
All right. And like I said, I definitely have had personal experience with that, with being able to put on seminars, successful seminars here at the store. And I had a little bit of a nostalgia this week when preparing for this interview and looking at all the footage, and we did quite a bit of work, and you don't recognize it. And I think you had told me that thing, you don't recognize what you're doing until it's over. And man, just the rich history of looking at everybody and the opportunity people had and the good feelings people had, that they got an opportunity to perform at a store. Not only they just purchase equipment at, but they actually have an opportunity to share music as their story, and they got an opportunity to do that. So that was always an awesome thing. Keeping up with the trends of the music industry. I know you say you've been general manager here for 7 years, but you're a bad drummer. I've seen you firsthand. He is bad. And so musician first always. So how is it keeping up with the trends to make sure that you have what the customers not necessarily need, but are wanting and need at the same time? Because it changes all the time, especially in production.
It really does. I think the first step in that is knowing what music is out there, who's producing it, where it's coming from, not necessarily where it's going to. That's not what we really are looking at. So we pay attention to, production pieces. We pay attention to the major artists and, the gear that they're standing behind. We're looking at DJs and seeing what equipment is coming out that's new, that's truly vital, as opposed to something that's not really going to sell. You know, for drummers, we look at, you know, who's hot on what drum kits right now, because that's very cyclical. In, you know, the guitar and bass world, it's always changing too, because they're trying to not really fade into the background, but they're not the centerpieces for a lot of current music, but it's still in there and it's still heavy. And, you know, with the growth in population that we have on this planet, you know, not everybody wants the same looking instrument. They want something different. They want color variations. They want style variations. And that transcends all the way, you know, through the entire store.
And let me ask you this question too, since we're on that. How do you feel the DJ market has evolved? Because that has changed tremendously.
Oh, it has. When I moved here 7 years ago, I was from Nashville, Tennessee, where, you know, there are some DJs there, but there's not a huge DJ market. There's a lot of, you know, family DJs, and like there's a few club DJs. But moving to Indy, it's an eye-opener. This is actually a top 3 DJ market. And I've actually met more DJs here than I have guitar players, which is saying a lot in any community. But the trends, what really happens is, you know, as technology evolves, it's every day that it does so, you know, these top-end pieces, they tend to fade out quite quickly. And keeping up with that's a twofold thing. It's us trying to keep up with the current gear, but also relaying to, you know, our DJ friends and customers that, hey, like, you know, I know that you just spent X amount of dollars on this. You don't necessarily need the upgrade unless you want to. But we do allow for trade-ins, and we do have a good program with that. So if you want to keep up with the most current things as they come out every single time, you're not losing any money. You know, but it does, you know, it is very expensive if you want to keep up with it. You
know, a part of the training that I used to definitely preach about a lot while I was here teaching those DJ classes, and that was the artistic style of DJing does not make the DJ. You know, everybody who came in the door, they wanted to learn how to scratch, and they wanted to make money. And those two does not equal success. I say that all the time. If you're looking right now, that does not equal success. It's knowing your music, knowing where you're going, and then that will equal your success. And I try to preach that a lot. The artistic style comes over time. It took me about 1.5 to 2 years just to get scratching down pat. So again, when you just heard it from the man himself, buying the most expensive equipment does not necessarily mean that you're going to go right to the top. Find something for where you're at and then grow into everything. Would you even consider that for, like, you know, for drums and stuff like that? You know, I'm not a drummer, but, you know, are there beginner kits and stuff like that, or how does that work with drumming?
There are, but there aren't. The way that I see it is, you know, when it comes to any sort of instrumentation, the instrument picks you, not the other way around. So the sound that you're going to hear in your head, you know, the feeling that you're going to feel in your heart, that's going to be different than anybody else. So it's not that you go up and you see, you know, a blue drum set and like, oh my God, I have to have it. Sometimes it's the red drum set because it has the sound you're looking for. So, you know, along the lines with that and the gear, you know, there's one secret, there's one rule in this whole music industry. And if you abide by it, it doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have, this one secret will be the door opener, and it's be cool. I was taught that early on in audio school. You know, be cool, like help people out, listen, don't talk over people. You know, if you can be a helpful resource to somebody, do so. And it will grow exponentially with you.
Hello, my name is Crystal Hines of the Inner Beauty Program, where I'm the founder and president. We have been enriching and inspiring and empowering youth ages 8 to 18 since 2002. Our original purpose of the program is to have girls focus on their inner attributes in a world where the outer appearance is the focal point. We have a dynamic staff of women who are here to provide all types of programming for your young ladies, including life coaching, mentoring, tutoring, boot camps, and special events. Please stay connected with us through our website, myinnerbeautyprogram.org, our Facebook page, Inner Beauty Program Inc., and our mobile app, Inner Beauty. Thank you.
Download New Boy mobile app. Check out our features. Comprehensive homepage. Scheduled events. real-time notifications, latest news, download on App Store and Google Play.
Hello, my name is Sister Ariane Anderson, and I am the Youth Director at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. Here at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, I have the opportunity to work with children of all ages. We offer so much for our children. They are a highlight of our church. Every Sunday, we offer youth services for our children, and every fourth Sunday of each month, we allow for our children to co-lead our services. Also, our youth nights are powerful. Every fourth Friday at 7 p.m., we come together in unity. During our youth nights, we get to praise, we get to worship, and our children get to fellowship with other children. At Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, our pastor, Derek and Lady Valerie Miller, are committed to serving our youth. So come out to Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. It's the place where God is.
Buttons and Bows Nail and Hair Salon welcomes you to our new location at 6233 Allisonville Road, where we service all nationalities. We are a full nail and hair salon. Booth space available. Call 317-362-0323 for more info.
Since 4th grade, Indianapolis Lighthouse College Prep has been my home.
Lighthouse gave me the opportunity to take college classes for dual credits.
Lighthouse allows me to do community service, mentoring younger students.
At Lighthouse, I take classes geared towards a career that I'm interested in.
I'm a Lighthouse Scholar from kindergarten to college.
I am a Lighthouse Scholar from kindergarten to college.
I'm a Lighthouse Scholar graduating this year and on my way to college. Apply at lighthouse-academies.org.
Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible
Church. During the last 5 years, National Heritage Academies ranked in the top 25% of U.S. schools for academic growth.
I'm learning a lot.
We want you to have academic success, but we want you to have emotional success.
They teach me to be a good person.
My children feel very safe.
That's why 92% of our parents recommend us.
We are in the business of producing excellent human beings. That's our legacy to the world.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pastor Aaron Boyd. I'm the pastor at New Vision Lighthouse, and we're located at the corner of 46 in Arlington and Devonton Plaza. We welcome you to come and worship with us every Sunday at 11 a.m. We have midweek Bible study on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Our mission is simply this: to let our light shine in our communities and in our families. You can like us on Facebook, visit us on the web at newvisionlighthouse.com. God bless you. Be careful and be prayerful.
Everybody out there, hey, register to vote. Register to vote. Too many people fought for your right to vote. Register. And then May of 18, come out and remember William Benjamin. Remember William Benjamin. May of 18, we have to vote in the primary. Amp, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for this. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
I just got the best deal on my new guitar at Sam Ash.
I always get advice I can trust.
I got it in time for my gig.
The coolest selection of music and sound gear, always at the guaranteed lowest prices. Sam Ash, the real deal. Get zero interest financing for 24 months with your Sam Ash credit card.
Let's talk about a little bit about the lessons program.
Okay.
How did that start, and how has it, evolved? I know when I came in, it was already going, and then we added some new different things to the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So how has it, started? When did it start, and how has it evolved?
It started about 8.5 years ago. Our company vice president, Howie Mendelson, said, "Hey, we're missing a big opportunity here. Why don't we create this lessons program We're going to start from the ground up. We're going to teach the instruments that we sell, and let's see what we can do with it. And, you know, I've had the fortunate, you know, time and availability to be able to do this in 3 stores now. And we've created a few programs, like we had the DJ class. Not many stores have been able to do that. This store teaches bagpipes. I don't know any store that teaches bagpipes. So, you know, in addition to teaching, you know, guitar, bass, drums, clarinet, saxophone, harmonica, you know, pretty much if we sell it, we have a teacher for it. And we've got a pretty thriving lessons program here, which it's also spawned something that was the brainchild of Preston Nash and I. It's Ash Rock. So we put bands together of all ages, styles, and what's funny, right now, over 33 bands that we coordinate and we put together, and we book shows for them at venues all over the city. So, you know, it's another thing where we have this family vibe, this family culture, and that's just really what we keep projecting.
Now, I'm just going to say this, Indianapolis. What store do you know will allow you to purchase equipment and then put you out on the forefront too as well, and book you gigs? Just a little food for thought. I'm just going to say that.
Sam Ash Music does.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about self-production. We live in an era and time now where everything is definitely now in a DAW system age. Everything is completely digital, so much so that everything is compact now, where you can record yourself at home, get clarity, get mastering, do the whole entire 9 yards right there at the comfort of your own home. How has that changed the industry productionary wise, and where do you see it going?
Well, I mean, we are a do-it-yourself society. You know, we've always been that way. We've asked questions. We try to figure things out. While I will never discredit a full production facility or a recording studio, you know, those rooms are tuned and designed to get the best sound possible. They have the best microphones. They have the best preamps. They have the best DAW systems and interfaces. But we always can't afford that. What we can afford is to, you know, be able to buy an interface and a microphone and a, you know, windscreen and some headphones, and, you know, be able to do this stuff at home to a certain degree. Now, not to say that one is better than the other, but it's a different sound. It's just like an instrument. You'll find a lot of audio engineers they don't play any other instruments. Like, their instrument is, you know, the computer or the interface or the microphone, because there's a science to it. There's art behind how you set up the microphone, and you know, the breath noises that you get from a different artist, because men and women sing differently. You know, if you're tall or short or fat or skinny, like, you all, you know, you surround the microphone differently. You know, you're going to use different types of headphones. You're going to have different monitors. So where I see it going is, you know, probably cleaner audio, probably easier to use products, more like plug in and you're ready to go. You're gonna see a lot more soundbite type items that are gonna come out. The MIDI controllers that keep coming out are better and better. They're less money, so I think that the cost is gonna keep going down to the point to where eventually you're gonna be able to, you know, buy a product that's gonna record you and mix and master you all on your own. Not that I suggested. I've got an audio degree, so I'm just very much against it. But what's cool is you're getting different people's perspectives on the art of recording, or you know, the art of mixing, or the art of mastering, because they're different. It's a whole different field all in itself. And then you break it out into the live sound, and you've got a whole other world.
Since the transformation of the internet, you know, we now as consumers can get music at the drop of a dime now, and very instantaneously. How do you feel that has now changed music sales? You know, people can now buy shares with songwriters and production and all kind of stuff. So how do you feel that has now shaped the industry?
Well, there's a few different things to that. I think the biggest thing is how quickly things have advanced, you know, not just with technology, but in the internet age, we saw that Napster really changed the way that album sales happen. And you have streaming sites like Spotify now where you can go on and pay a subscription service as opposed to just buying the whole album or a song from iTunes. So I think that it's really advanced us in how quickly we put things to market. So when somebody releases a song, instead of waiting a year and a half for an album, they put the song out, and then it's the video, and then it's the remix or the acoustic version. So that aspect is it's really pushed forward. And I feel that the biggest downside to that is if you really paid attention to how the industry was in, say, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even early 90s, these artists would get a multi-album deal through a record company. And while there might have been a good song on the first album, maybe a good one on the second album, there was a lot of times where like the third and fourth album is where these artists and bands really hit their stride. And you would see how this would like help them develop into something that was massive, because those albums that would come out would be multi-platinum, several hits. They would sell several million copies, as opposed to if somebody sells 1 million copies now, it's almost unheard of. Like what Adele has done in the last few years, or Taylor Swift. Regardless if you like them or not, they actually have fans that are going out and buying these records. But they're of a very few to where that's really happening, and that's all because everything is so accessible on the internet. Heck, if you wanted to right now, you could probably reach out to either of those two artists through their social media pages, and they would probably respond. Maybe not, but it's funny how many famous people we have access to now. Because everybody has an Instagram account or a Facebook page or a website that has a contact us button. So while I think everything has become easier, I think that our push as artists and the development of the art itself of music, I don't think that it gets pushed as much, because if you don't sell us so many downloads or so many albums, you're really out the door.
So I appreciate it, James Jackson,
Thank you.
GM, Sam Ash Music
Mickens.
Store, and we'll check you guys out next week.
Thank you, Indianapolis, for tuning in to another edition of Insight Sundays. Make sure you stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and of course, once again, download our very own mobile app on the App Store or Google Play Store, all at the title name of Insight Sundays. And we will check you guys out next week.
This is a Soul Hit production.